Hey guys, welcome to another video. In this video, we're going to show you everything that we wish we knew when we started coyote hunting 10 years ago.
First thing you got to know is where you're hunting, right? A lot of guys, we hunt the same thing. We hunt coyotes where we hunt big game. And if you're really familiar with the country, that's awesome. But sometimes you're not, right? You want to cross states, you want to cross unit, whatever it may be. Coyote hunting, that's the beauty of it, is you can go anywhere you want. So this first part, we're going to talk about what to look for. And we're going to show you some of those resources that we use to get information.
Yeah, so first off, a huge tool, everybody knows about it, Onyx. We love Onyx. It shows you the property lines, shows you where the public land is, gives you a lot of cool wildlife information and layers that you can use to your advantage. And another resource that we really like to use at the very beginning before we go anywhere is the National Weather Service. It lets you pinpoint exactly where you're going to be and show you the weather for, I don't know, it's like a week and a half, 2 weeks out there. So you can tell where your wind direction is going to come from. So you can look at your Onyx, figure out where to set up in those stands and whatnot. We'll talk about that a little bit more. But those two resources are huge. Those are the two that we really use at the very beginning before we go out anywhere.
Absolutely. And the reason we love the weather service is not only do you get a 10-day forecast, but you get, I think it's a 4 or 5 day wind forecast.
Yeah.
And you can drop a pin exactly where you want to hunt, and you can see the direction of the wind and approximately that mile per hour. So it's fantastic. We use this up to a week out on some trips, just so we know what we're dealing with and how we can plan our routes. And we're going to talk about that.
So let's jump over to Onyx. Let's look at a few different areas and kind of point out some things that we look for when we're just mapping and looking on our phones or laptop. Just like right here off the main road, you'll see there's a lot of like side roads. In these side roads, you have a lot of rolling hills, places where they have food, shelter, and water are huge. Moo cows, so hunting around cows is huge because that already tells you there's plenty of food and water around. The next thing is just looking for the places where they can hide all day long throughout the day and go undercover undetected, right?
So some of the key indicators we're looking for, Kason mentioned them, it's cover mostly and food or water, right? So if there's other animals there, there's gonna be coyotes. So any of those indicators, cattle pens, fence lines, all that kind of stuff are great travel corridors and indicators for coyotes.
And we'll give you guys real life examples. So right now you're watching us here. We're going out in the field. We're going to be out in the field here, just the next clips here. Use the chapters down below to skip throughout the video as well and figure out what you need to know before going out coyote hunting. We'll have that available for you guys.
And just one last note, something we like to look for is loops or ways we can get in and out of an area without having to necessarily blow it out or backtrack through it. So we look for places in our area in the winter. We have a south sun, right? And typically we have a southwest wind. And so we like to put our faces in the wind and we have to deal with the sun because it's kind of in the same spot. But those are things to look for in a route and roads to drive beforehand. Planning your route beforehand is huge instead of just winging it.
So Hunter mentioned something super important, loops, but also plan multiple loops. We've mentioned it in our other coyote videos. Make sure if you're in an area, you make three or four stands, they're not there, move, go to a different area, pull something drastic, go to a whole nother valley. But while you're here sitting mapping, you might as well figure out, okay, I'll go here. If there's no coyotes here, I'll go over in this loop and check that out. So super important.
Absolutely. And you see that all the time in our videos. Like the last one, we moved 40 miles from morning to afternoon because we weren't seeing coyotes. And that's how we found success.
Yeah, we were able to put 2 coyotes on the ground. So super huge, guys. So after you've mapped, after you've figured out your weather, it looks great. We're going to head out into the field. Right now you're packed up, you're ready to go. You're heading to that spot. And that's where we're going to join you. Okay, guys, so we just got out in the field. After our mapping, we're going to treat this like an area we've never been before. So on our mapping, what we're looking for, we have the indicators in the area. The coyotes, as you guys can see, have plenty of cover. They have these corridors they could be running down. There's even water, which indicates the food that they're after, cows, deer, rabbits, all of those things. So we know this is a really good area, and looking on our maps, that's what confirmed it. So this is kind of what you're looking for when you're out in the field. You get out of your truck, find a spot that you can hide before walking in. So we're gonna walk over this hill. We know everything out that direction. Can't see the truck, can't see us, especially at coyote height, right? That's important.
So along with that, we gotta hide the truck, especially sunny days like this. So what you can't see is the main road is over that ridge. It's about a third of a mile away, and we knew there was a trail here from our mapping, right? It goes to this water, but we also like parking in low spots if we can, because our plan is to hunt over the next ridge, that far ridge there in the screen. Nothing can see where we're gonna be, and it's hard for other things unless they're in this bottom to see the truck.
And even though that looks like a long ways away, you could hide the truck and have a hill right here and hike over that hill. We're not saying you need to hike 200, 500 yards. You can even hike 20 yards and be just fine, as long as that is hidden.
Yeah, we've killed plenty of coyotes sitting within 100 yards of a main road. So it's really not about how far off. In a lot of cases, it's just hiding yourself and the truck.
So walking into the stand, here are some key things to keep in mind. This stand's gonna be a perfect example on how walking into back door can work two ways. So first step, right? You wanna walk in preferably back door with the wind in your face. The wind could also be left or right, but the truck's right behind us. We're walking in back door. And key things, you want to make sure you're not skylining yourself as you walk over. Some stands, we can't avoid it. So that's what we're doing in this. We know there's some great cover on the other side. There's also ways to walk in stands where you loop around and come up from the bottom and sit. So those are your key points. If you can come in back door rather than walking through your stand, that's going to be best case scenario. So Hunter and I, we're going to walk over this little hill, show you guys once you're into your stand, what to look for and where to sit down.
All right, so we've entered where we could sit. Now we're looking at options, okay? Option A, tree line. Trees make amazing cover, but they also make it really hard for you to see as well, depending on how you sit in conjunction with the tree. You don't ever want to sit in the sun if you can help it. Always try to be on the shaded side. So this afternoon it's really hard, but we're going to show you how I hide in this tree. On this set, I always hide in the tree line. Kason hides down here. So this is Kason's bush. It has been for like 8 years, but he always sits right here. So we're going to show you the angle, different things, but we sit in different places for different reasons too. Not only do you need to find a place to sit and hide, you got to be out of the wind. So here the wind is coming into our face directly out of the west. Sometimes it kind of swirls in here, heads a little south, but really we have the wind in a perfect condition for this set. Sometimes it's all right to go super strong crosswind, but just be prepared that they might try to come downwind side. Make sure you can see it really well. It's just like any other kind of hunting, wind is number one.
So you've picked your spot, you're sitting down, you're ready to start calling. Right here we're going to cover e-calling as well as hand calling. We started off hand calling, we did it for quite a while. With an e-call though, that's what we like to do. We set off the call on our upwind side, to the left, to the right. You want to keep that attention for the coyotes away from you. That's the whole point. And one of the more versatile things when it comes to e-calls, you can set it off and grab the attention of coyotes, especially with decoys, away from you. Upwind side, because coyotes like to circle around downwind, and so that kind of keeps your stand open and you can watch coyotes go downwind, keeping the call upwind, kind of pulls them over to the call, right? That's the whole point. And it works really, really well. With hand calling, it's a little bit different. Focus on sequences and being hidden and still, because all the attention is on you, right here. All the sound is being produced right here. When we were hand calling, a lot of people are different. Focusing on sequences like calling for 1 minute, with your breath and whatnot, you're gonna run out of breath. And then waiting for 3 minutes. So calling for a minute, giving it a 3-minute pause, scanning and looking around the area when you're making your noises. So with hand calling, I think that's just one of the biggest things is you can stay still, focus on sequences so you're not so out of breath and not able to scan effectively. I think it's gonna work out pretty good. As we're getting to the truck, typically we sit about 12 to 20 minutes. It all depends on wind, your area, time of year, those sort of things. But we also talk about what kind of sounds we like.
Okay, so sound is super important, right? We like options here in Utah. It's one of the hardest places, in our opinion, to hunt coyotes, especially in the west. So we've got Fox Pro X24, the Lucky Duck Revolt, and I always still carry 3 hand calls. The only reason we do this is variety. Sometimes everybody else before you is hunting with the Fox Pro. The sounds just get overplayed. So we switch to the Revolt, vice versa. Sometimes we get bored, break out the hand calls. Nothing wrong with it. I think this call, and I'm not going to tell you which call it is because I love this call. This is called in more coyotes than anything we've ever used, this little guy. So really, it doesn't matter. We like variety. That's why we've invested in a couple different calls. But whatever you guys find, just stick with it and don't be afraid to change either.
And basically just try everything. Try it at different volumes, quiet, loud. It's all going to depend on what time of year it is and your area, but trying and testing out all the different sounds is going to give you an idea of what works, right? So you never know until you start trying all the different stuff. There's no one magic sound that's going to call in all the coyotes, we promise. So guys, here at the end of the video, we want to add one more thing, and that's you could implement all the things that we talked about in this video, all the elements, and you still might not see coyotes. So keep that in mind. The coyotes have to be in the area. They have to be hungry, desperate, not so pressured, but keep at it. You're going to see coyotes eventually.
Yep, that's the biggest thing to remember is keep switching things up till you find what works, and just remember to have fun, because that's the whole reason we coyote hunt, is for fun. Get after it, go have fun. And if you found this video helpful in any way, go ahead and give us that thumbs up, maybe a subscribe if you're willing, and share it with a friend, because you all know a friend that needs as much help as they can get.
That's right.
So.
Those of you watching, if there's anything we missed that's helpful, leave it down in the comments. Everyone's just going to benefit from all the information that we talk about together. Hope you guys enjoyed. We'll see you guys in the next one.